Hi, hello everyone. This is Pawan Kalyan. My roll number is 1264. Today we are discussing about graph traversing techniques. There are two types of graph traversing techniques. One is BFS and another one is DFS. BFS means breadth first search and DFS means depth first search. Today we are discussing about breadth first search. Consider the below graph and perform breadth first search traversing. Consider initially 5 nodes. That means V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. The source vertex is V5. This pointing to the V5 is the source vertex. Initial step 0. In the given graph, number of vertices is 5. Q size is 5. Front equal to rear equal to -1 initially. So the Q size is 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So given the source vertex be V5. Make visited of I is equal to 0. Initially all the non-visited adjacent vertices of V5. So V5 is equal to initially all are zeros. Then step 1, visit the size of the vertex V5. So make visited of V5 is equal to 1 and NQ V5. Since it is first NQ, increment both front and rear by 1. Front equal to -1 initially by increment front and rear by 1. So both are zeros. That means NQ V5 in the 0th position. So V5 is visited, then V is equal to 1 and remaining 4 are non-visited, so V is equal to zeros. And step 2, visit all the non-visited adjacent vertices of V5. Non-visited adjacent vertices of V5 is V1 and V4 only. So make NQ V2 and V4 by increment rear by 1. DQ V5, increment front by 1. Initially, V5 is pointing to the 0th position and front is pointing to the 0th position. Now increment front by 1, that means V2 at position. V5 adjacent vertices of V2 and V4. So both are visited, V is equal to 1 and D is equal to 1. And remaining are non-visited, so V is equal to 0. In step 2, visit all the non-visited adjacent vertices of V2. Non-visited adjacent vertices of V2 is only V1. So must visit V1. So V2 is non-visited adjacent vertices of V2 is V1. And the non-visited adjacent vertices of V4 is only V3. So make visited of V1 equal to 1 and NQ V1 increment rear by 1 and DQ V2 equal to 1 increment front by 1. Initially front pointing to the first position, now second position. So V5 adjacent vertices is V2 and V4, both are visited, and V2 adjacent vertices V1, the V is equal to 1. BFS order is V5 initially and now visited is V2. Now step 4, visit all the non-visited adjacent vertices of V4. Non-visited adjacent vertices of V4 only V3. So visited of V3 is equal to 1. So NQ V3, that is increment rear by 1, and DQ V4, that is increment front by 1. Front pointing to the initially second position, now front pointing to the third position. Now BFS order like this: V5, V2 and V4. So V4 pointing to the V3, all are visited, so V is equal to 1. And step 5, visit all the non-visited adjacent vertices of V1. No non-visited adjacent vertices of, no need to NQ, DQ V1. Now DQ V1. So V5 the source vertex, V2, V1, V3 and V2 all are visited. So BFS order is V5, V2, V4 and V1. And the step 6 is visit all the non-visited adjacent vertices of V5. Non-visited adjacent vertices of V3. No non-visited adjacent vertices of V3. This is no adjacent vertices of V3. So DQ V3, since front equal to rear equal to -1. So Q size is 0. Front equal to minus equal to, then BFS order is V5, V2, V4, V1 and V3. So all are visited in this case. So V is equal to 1 in this stage. V is equal to 1 and this is also V is equal to 1 and this is V equal to 1. So the BFS order is all are visited, V is equal to 1 and this is case is also a V is equal to 1. All are zeros. V equal to 1, V equal to 1, V equal to 1. So the BFS order is V5, V2, V4, V1, V3. Thank you. Please subscribe my channel.